see the biggest friendly
for me.
And my heart something would say, thank you for being a user-friendly fan. Do, 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 do.
Hello, friends. Welcome to User Friendly, the best podcast on the internet. My name is Roberto Hoyos. I own a company called Throwboy. I'm here with my friend
Erfan Elijah. I own a company called Might Teas, and I also host the Cult of Mac podcast, The Cultcast. Welcome.
Welcome.
Tell us what User Friendly is.
User Friendly is a weekly video podcast that talks about technology, geek stuff, and our favorite stuff on the web.
Wow, that was flawless. I'm going to move this microphone just a little bit. There we go.
All right.
Hey, guys. Can you hear me?
This is episode 46. How do you feel about that?
Oh, my gosh. Is it?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I do that every time now because, dude, it's hard to believe that for 46 weeks in a row, we have come to my couch to talk about all of our favorite stuff from the internet.
I think that
it's just crazy.
You're trying to beat User Friendly with your other show by
by
doubling up
the Cultcast,
on how many episodes that you do every week.
That's true, because technically we started this one first.
Yeah.
And Cultcast was behind, and now I think
you're tied.
Neck and neck, yeah. And well, when Apple releases new stuff, we have to do a special episode.
Mm-hmm.
So
I appreciate those.
We'll as ridiculous as some of them might be.
So how are you, my friend?
I'm well. It's been a good week.
Yeah. You still wearing your pants backwards?
Dude, till I die, till my hair falls out. and even after that. Dude, he's legit. That's all I gotta say. For someone to take it that seriously and keep it that long, we're talking about Chris Koss wearing his pants backwards still. In case you didn't catch last week's episode.
Chris Christopherson.
Chris Christopherson has taken to wearing his pleated slacks backwards. It's a hot new look, and I hear John Malkovich is gonna start doing it. It's gonna be a huge thing.
So, you good?
I'm great. What about you?
Good.
Got my green juice.
As do I. Keep it over there for now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, things are good. Holidays season, you know.
That's right.
Lots of work and all that
Holiday
kind of stuff.
season.
Did
you see my post about my favorite holiday video? My
probably.
favorite Christmas video? If you go to Instagram.com/Erfan.
Oh yeah, He-Man She-Ra. It's not even the Christmas thing. It's called the holiday special. Because I've seen
It's not?
Well, see, I've seen this review.
Yes, you too could be watching this tonight if you had Netflix.
It's actually quite funny.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, well, no, so I know it because there's this internet reviewer called The Nostalgia Critic. And
I thought he was done.
He is, but he did this a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
So it's actually super funny. But they don't even call it Christmas in that. They call it, like, something else. It's like the Star Wars one. You know, have you heard of that one?
Yes.
And they call
the
it
one
they
George
call it, like,
Lucas tried
Light Day
to
or
kill.
something. Yeah. You should watch the review of that one. It's so funny. But actually, here, I'll show you my favorite Christmas thing. If you talk about something for a second.
So, let me think about something that I learned recently. You know, a great way to find something to vamp about?
What?
Is just go to reddit.com/today I learned.
Mm-hmm.
And there's going to be something that pops up, and I know it's going to be interesting. Okay, here's one. Today I learned that there are 17 people alive that were born in the 1800s, and that 16 of them are female. Boom.
1800s?
That's crazy, dude.
How old would you be?
You'd be like at least 200 years old. They must eat a lot of vegetables.
What if they were born in 1899?
Then it still counts. What if they were born in 1801?
Well, no, you'd be like
obviously a vampire.
You'd be like 120 or something, right?
I guess there's this big island in Japan, which I actually learned on the Today I Learned section of Reddit, where like
Okinawa.
Is Okinawa?
Yeah.
A huge portion of the population, or I should say, not a huge portion. All of the world's, or many of the world's most oldest people are living on this island, and they're like 115, 120. Can you imagine being a freaking 98 and living another 22 years? That's insane. Like, you're like, I'm freaking 98. I should die at any moment. And yet you're like, every day that just passes, you're like, this is getting crazy. How long am I going to be here? You're like, when I was around, like our cars were freaking horses.
Oh yeah, I know that.
And now they have Mustangs.
Well, even in the last, like, if you were born in the 20s, there's been so many insane changes. Even in the last, like, since the 70s to now, you know?
Yeah.
Like, our culture's changed a shitload.
So much. Imagine
know?
if you wanted to, like, know something in the freaking 1950s. You would go to the library, get a book, find where the information was, and read it.
I just was saying on Twitter, I was cleaning out a bunch of crap of one of my old, like, drawers, and I found an old Blockbuster video card.
I saw that.
And my library card. And I just looked at it and I was like, nope, I'm not gonna need
You should
these.
have kept your Blockbuster card.
That's what, you know, I just watched this really cool video of the Angry Video Game Nerd, another person I like watching online, and he recreated a video store in his basement. So, like, he has all these, like, old tapes lined up, and he was they were reminiscing about, like, the video store experience. And he's like, yeah, we still have my old Blockbuster card. And I was like, now I kind of wish I kept it because it's sort of an antique. And I was in Kirkland the other day where I grew up, and the Blockbuster Videos split up into, like, a bunch of different stores now because it's dead, you know? It's just interesting.
Are they all gone now?
Yeah.
I thought they still had some left over.
I think they did, but every place I used to rent videos at is completely gone now.
I guess now you just have
gutted.
Redbox, right?
Yeah, does anyone use Redbox?
I always see people at Redbox.
Actually, yeah, I know.
Like,
but I don't
on,
use
like,
it.
Friday night, I don't use it either.
Here, okay, to wrap up on my Christmas beginning, here's my favorite Christmas thing ever. Do you know what it is?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I just read
No.
something really funny, but I'll say it after this.
Yeah, okay, watch this. Oh, that's a photo, not a video. All right.
Is that like your great grandfather?
Stuck with unwanted guests this Christmas. Meet Chris Christmas Rodriguez. Vote him to replace Santa this year.
Supported by mother.
What is the point of that
I
video?
don't know.
Is that actually old? Nice tats hanging out there, by the way.
I have no idea because
I always see that GIF. I see that animated GIF of that old lady being kicked off that chair.
Oh, really?
All the time.
My friend showed that to me like years ago when I worked at Apple, and when he found it, we found it on like some website with like a small QuickTime, so it's been around for a long time. And it looks like crap too.
It does.
So
What is the point of it? I don't even know.
I don't know because
What is
I don't know what
mother?
it's even advertising.
Christmas? Is that his name?
Christmas Rodriguez.
Christmas Rodriguez. Obviously one of your homeboys.
Yeah.
Before we move on, I like his dance. He was just like moving his hands, and that was it. I'm going to inherit that dance. Today I learned there is a support website for women with large noses and the men who appreciate them. This is my favorite section of Reddit, I think. So funny.
Now we're just getting a Reddit podcast. Okay, let's go to our actual first.
Okay,
topic.
let's talk about our actual. Which one should we start with first? Oh, should we start with Netflix?
No, let's start with the other one.
Oh, okay. We're going to talk more about our favorite actor and yours, Ashton Kutcher.
Oh, this is our first one? Okay.
I thought it was.
I thought this was our first one.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's start with Ashton Kutcher.
Okay.
Since I already talked about it. I'm going to look like a fool.
Yeah, go for it.
Dude, where is it?
You closed it. What are you even on?
So this is a picture of Ashton Kutcher portraying Steve Jobs in the new movie. Why is the J?
Jobs.
It's called Jobs, and the J is lowercase, which I don't understand.
It's
why.
supposed to be like iPod, you know, lowercase.
So lowercase J,
Yeah.
big obs.
Isn't that ridiculous? So, there we go. That's him.
That's really funny.
That's a photo. There's a photo of Steve in that.
There is,
exact
and that's the one I actually
thing.
wanted to find.
Look up young Steve Jobs. You'll find it.
Because this is a really popular photo, young Steve, and I think it's really interesting to see the picture of Steve Jobs. Because actually,
it's right here.
Oh, it's right here. Cool. So here is the actual picture.
Yeah.
Oh, good. This is
Whoa.
actually what I wanted to see.
There we
Perfect.
go.
So there we go. So here's Ashton in the picture, and then here's Steve in the picture. And actually, this isn't the full picture. They cropped it.
Yeah, I've seen the full thing. It's weird that they cropped it without the jeans
They
because
did. It's a really bad crop. Because one of the points I wanted to make
is that he's wearing the same clothes.
is that the clothes are the same and the picture's the same. But one of the interesting things is Steve has kind of like a pot belly in this picture, and Ashton Kutcher doesn't. And I was annoyed that he didn't grow a little belly for this.
What do you mean? There's a bunch of.
That's just fabric, dude. You know he's got a six-pack under there. And I know that seems like a weird thing to get annoyed about, but I'm like, you are like a model, and Steve Jobs was a nerd. Like, you should have grown the pot belly. Like, you should have eaten all the Hostess that you could find.
Steve Jobs wasn't your typical, Coke drinking, Twinkie eating.
No,
nerd.
he wasn't at all. But I mean, I think that's what Ashton Kutcher would have had to do.
He ate only fruit for a while.
Yeah, in fact,
Fruitarian.
Yeah, he had a weird diet. Anyway, so there's our first glimpse. I had a friend tell me that he's excited about this movie. I didn't know what to do with that information.
Did you not?
I couldn't tell if he was being serious
just
or not.
Like hang up the phone or leave.
Well, I was like, oh. He's like, are you going to say something? I'm like, huh? What are we talking about?
Dude, this will blow people's minds if it's good. Because everybody wants it to suck hard.
You think so? You think people want it to be bad?
Yeah.
I want it to be good. I'm just expecting it will be bad.
Well, I'm saying, like, that's almost the same thing. Because it's like you have such, like, definitive expectations that it's going to be shit. You know? Like, I do. I think it's going to suck.
I think it's.
I mean, it's Ashton Kutcher as Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
I think it's going to suck.
I think the only hope that I have is he did the Butterfly Effect, which was a serious movie, and he was actually pretty good in that. So I'm like, okay,
That's
so he
so
can,
long ago.
I know, wasn't it really? The fact that we're still referencing that movie says a lot.
Does it say that in there?
No, it doesn't, but I think that it always should. Anytime there's a picture of Ashton Kutcher not smiling, it should talk about the Butterfly Effect somewhere. So. And the other thing about the photo that I just think is kind of weird is like Ashton's like looking into the camera. He's just like, I'm Steve Jobs. But like when you look at Steve Jobs in the picture, he looks very unsure of himself. You know what I mean? Like he just looks much more.
Really?
I think, yeah, he just looks wild-eyed and I don't know, kind of less fierce than Ashton Kutcher does. I don't know. It's just a picture.
Yeah.
I hope the movie's good. I guess it comes out. When does it come out? It doesn't say. Okay. So, oh wow, soon. It's set to debut at the Sundance Film Festival in Utah in January. So probably like 6 weeks max.
Yeah, I don't know.
That means the film's done, right? It must be.
Yeah.
They're probably just editing it.
I mean, I don't know. It seems like, to me, it seems like it's gonna be hard to do. You know, it's just a hard character to do. I really like the Pirates of Silicon Valley, that TV movie. I thought that was awesome. About Steve Jobs.
I've actually heard that
and
a
Bill Gates.
lot this week.
You haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh man, you gotta see
In fact,
that.
my friend who was excited about this movie, he likes that movie too. He loves that movie.
It's awesome. Yeah, it was for TBS a long time ago, or TNT. Yeah, but I don't know. It's probably just a hard character to do. But you know, there's people that have been known for comedic, you know, for comedy, like Jim Carrey, and he's a serious actor now, you know, and or he's done really good serious roles, you know, like the Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless
Yes,
Mind.
I wholeheartedly agree with you. My first thought though is like he was a brilliant comedic actor.
Yeah,
like he was fantastic.
Yeah,
and then he made a transition into, you know, serious acting.
But so
too.
is like Robin Williams, you know.
Yeah, he was great too.
He's-
It's weird, isn't it? How some really funny actors like become well known for that, and then like they do serious stuff, and it's like they're just as great in those roles too.
Well, even like Tom Hanks, he did a lot
true.
and now,
Dude, yeah, he was all shtick when he first started.
And now you don't think of him like that.
Yeah,
at all,
like
you know?
Big.
So you never know.
Great movie.
But anyway,
So this comes out in the next 6 weeks.
we
shall see
We will
how
have to
good it
go
is.
do a TRS style in front of the
That would be
theater.
so
review.
great. We should go see it.
Yeah.
And then film ourselves right
Outside of it,
outside.
yeah.
I'll be puking in a bush. You can be holding my hair. We'll have little sparkles come off of it.
All right, so next topic.
Let's talk about Netflix. Sponsor today, Netflix. They're not sponsoring our show. We read some cool information about Netflix today. As you know, we're fans of Netflix, especially the instant streaming feature. Because it's only $8 a month if you're here in the U.S. And they just inked a deal with Disney, which I think is huge.
Walt Disney
dude,
Studios.
you know, Netflix is so awesome. For only $8 a month, I hope they never raise their price. I'm sure they will eventually. They're refreshing their content so much these days, and I keep seeing all these great movies and just content on there that are instantly available. And now...
Oh, I saw a really good one.
You did?
Keep talking.
Okay, now they just announced that they've made a deal with Disney. They made a deal with Disney. So the deal goes starting in 2016, theatrically released feature films. So new Disney stuff, probably after it's not in theaters anymore, obviously. Walt Disney Animation Studios, Pixar, Marvel, and Disney Nature titles will be made available for Netflix members to watch instantly in 2016. So
like,
who knows why this is so far away?
Does that include their stuff, like their old stuff that only gets released certain times? You know what I mean?
Probably.
Like their kind of their bread and butter, like the princess movies and stuff.
Probably. We don't really have any.
Or at least it used to be their bread and butter. Like, you know how they would release it, like, from the vaults. We're gonna release.
Yeah, because they're the Disney
Mermaid.
Vault, right? So
Yeah.
they don't sell something for a long time,
Yeah.
and they'll just flood the market for like 2 months.
I don't know if they still do that, but they probably do. Like, every time there was a new format, they'll be like,
They probably do.
"Oh, now on Blu-ray,
The Disney
Cinderella."
Vault.
Yeah.
The Disney Vault is a small room filled with lawyers. That is the Disney Vault. And if you try to
Get it while you can.
Yeah, and then they'll sue you if you get it too late. Yeah, I think this is awesome. I mean, there's so many great Disney movies that we're going to have access to. And, this is a smart move on Disney's part, I think, because, I mean, streaming is becoming a huge thing, right? Like,
Right.
Disney doesn't want to become left behind.
Yeah.
And Netflix is probably paying them up the arse for this content, don't you think?
Yeah. It's pretty amazing just in general how far Netflix has gone as far as, like, it used to be mail. Like,
It used to be DVDs by mail.
by mail, right? And that was like, it was still very nerdy because I only knew nerd friends that did it. And then even when streaming started to roll out, it was still like, there wasn't that much great content. But then when it started to become like ubiquitous for any set-top box to have that, it was like, that was just normal. You would have to have if you were doing a set-top box with streaming and had Wi-Fi built in, of course it had Netflix.
Yeah.
And now you can buy those things at Target for like $50 and get Netflix on your TV.
So easily.
Pay $8 a month. So it's gone really far in the last just 5 years.
It really has. I remember when I first signed up for Netflix, I didn't really understand why anyone would use Netflix because Blockbuster was around, and I was using actually the Blockbuster mail service, right? And Blockbuster mail service
God,
was
you're like
just
the only
like
person.
Well, the reason I did it was because it was so inexpensive. I mean, and they gave you so much stuff. So I signed up for it. And then Blockbuster started being really stupid. They started changing their deals, and every time they changed it, they would make the plan more expensive, and they would increase the price. Or I'm sorry, make the plans more expensive and then take away what you got for that price. So they did it like one time, and I was like, all right, this sucks, but like the deal can't last forever. And then they raised the price again and gave you even less, and finally I was like, screw you guys! Like, every time you change something, it's for your own benefit.
Yeah.
And I just got fed up with them, and I canceled my service, switched to Netflix, and I've been with Netflix ever since. I mean, gosh, like 5 years now.
And it's funny too because like they took a while to try to pivot, and basically copy everything that was eating their lunch. Like they have a Redbox
That's true.
vending machine type thing now, and then of course the streaming thing. Even before streaming became big, or even the mail thing became big, I remember they eliminated late fees because that was their whole strategy, was like rape you on late fees.
Oh yeah.
And then I think that over time, I don't know what the generation, like, maybe born like 90s or whatever, has, if they what their like brand recognition is to Blockbuster, but our generation a lot of the times don't like them because they've screwed us a lot, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I remember Kevin Rose would always talk about how he hated them on Dignation because they like sent him to collections for having like a movie out for too long and shit. So I don't know if they can recover, even though there's been brands that have been dead. I mean, look at Apple, and then they resurge with something new.
Yeah, that's true. But Apple always had the goodwill of the people. It's like
That's
they
the
may not have
thing,
great
yeah.
products, but then there's companies like PayPal and eBay. So I just realized on eBay the other day that they not only charge a final value fee for your selling price, now they charge it on the shipping price too.
Oh, really?
So they are just taking a cut every which way, and then they also own PayPal, right? So they take a huge cut when you something gets paid for. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, dude, they are increasing their fees every which way they can. They're trying to squeeze blood from a stone, and I despise when companies do that. And I'm like, someday there's going to be a competitor that pops up.
Yeah. And
then eBay is going to be all ass kissy and be like, oh, hey, sorry, we're going to go ahead and give you all this free stuff. And everyone's going to be like, screw you guys.
Oh, yeah.
You've screwed us for 10 years.
Yeah.
We don't care if you lower your prices now.
It will definitely happen. I think that they need to be... They need to learn from what Netflix did and be aggressive with getting things out there and treat your customers well,
And not constantly trying to nickel and dime them at every turn.
Because it sucks that right now we have this one de facto place to sell stuff online. It sucks.
It really does. I mean, I use Craigslist as often as I can, obviously.
And then friggin' eBay classifieds,
Who uses that?
They're trying to be Amazon. They're trying to be an auction site, and they're trying to be Craigslist. And they do these ridiculous commercials where they're like, "Yeah, Sally just bought jeans on eBay." It's like no one does that, dude. No one does.
Yeah, unless the jeans are
that sounds
$8 and covered in animal puke.
Yeah.
I have these jeans covered in animal puke that I don't want anymore.
But anyway, we kind of got off topic. So Disney going to Netflix. So does that mean they're going to do theatrical? Or they're going to do new shows to it?
I don't think so, but it's hard to say.
It's catalog stuff.
So
for now, I guess, right? Pixar too. Pixar, dude. That's going to be so cool.
That is going to be cool. So movies such as Dumbo, Pocahontas, Alice in Wonderland will be available. Oh, to US Netflix members as early as today.
Whoa, really?
So
damn.
Let me read this paragraph. Starting next year, I'm reading this from Cult of Android, by the way. Starting next year, high-profile Disney direct-to-video new releases will be made available, while classic Disney movies such as Dumbo, Pocahontas will be available to Netflix users as early as today. Wow, dude, yeah. So I wonder if Netflix.
It is. Alice in Wonderland.
Did you search for Disney?
No, I put in Alice in Wonderland. 1951 Alice in Wonderland's on Netflix.
That's awesome. I want to watch that.
Yeah, me too.
A Nightmare Before Christmas is on there now.
I already watched that on there. Oh, wait, no, I didn't. Yeah, it wasn't on there. Just around
Dude,
Halloween.
They have Disneyland Resort behind the scenes.
This is so bad. I watched some of that.
I'm not really seeing any huge...
I think it's because Disney is in the title of everything. You should look up specific stuff.
Dude, the Cheetah Girls 2 is on there? Dude, 2.5 stars. Yeesh.
Pocahontas.
Air Buddies. If you liked Air Bud, don't miss Air Buddies. Now with even more puppies. I loved Air Bud. Do you remember the cover of Air Bud? He's like the dog. He's flying. I think he has a hat on or something. Air Bud. Cool.
Well.
This is great watching us just scrolling through Netflix and being like, oh, that's good.
I was going to tell you, when I was at Disneyland, or actually not even before that, I just saw Wreck-It Ralph. Dude, get over Air Bud. It's so dumb.
He's the coolest dog ever. He has a bat, and he's hanging out with a raccoon. Sorry, yeah, Wreck-It Ralph. Tell me about Wreck-It Ralph, dude.
He did every sport.
There's him spiking a volleyball. He's spiking a volleyball.
It's not that funny.
Oh, it's hilarious. It's so good. There's a whole series of Air Buds. I didn't know this. Sorry, tell me about Wreck-It Ralph.
No, tell me more about Air Bud.
So anyway, he's a golden retriever, but the crazy part is he plays sports. And for some reason, he's always in the air. So apparently he has some type of flying ability.
Okay.
Okay.
But anyway, Wreck-It Ralph was good.
So,
But I want to show you. I want to show you another really good gem I found on Netflix. Speaking of Netflix having really cool stuff, this is the one that popped up in my recommendations, which is always great. I love it when they find out what I like to watch. This one's,
I hope it's a real snake.
this is produced by the Sci-Fi Network, which are now famously making very, very well-made CG creature movies such as Sharktopus and Mega Shark
I have a
versus
feeling
the
something's gonna come out.
Crocosaurus. This one's called Bigfoot.
Bigfoot attacks.
But it gets better, man. It gets better. I think that this is supposed to be a music festival, probably here. Because isn't that where Bigfoot's from the Washington area?
I don't know.
Puget Sound is where
Apparently this girl's drunk. She's been drinking.
Yeah. Let's see what
And
happens
she
to
has
her.
to pee.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Bigfoot smells that turd and he's coming in. Look how tall he is.
When did he become King Kong?
Oh my gosh, dude. He is King Kong. How huge that thing is. That's supposed to be Bigfoot?
Yeah.
Oh.
Gotta love the extras. In
I
that.
like how that guy is staying behind to hang out with his new buddy.
Ooh.
He's gonna die, huh? That is the best acting I have ever seen.
You gotta love how the CG looks like it was done by a student. It looks pretty much like a video game, right? There's one last thing I'll show you.
Alright.
It's coming up. Just to wrap up the greatness. Honestly, when did Bigfoot become a giant monster?
Seriously, and if Bigfoot has stayed secret all this time, if he was that size, there's no way he'd be able to hide. Look at, he's freaking taller than that truck. Like, how did no one ever find Bigfoot until now? Oh, yummy.
Wait, there's this one scene coming up where the perspective is really weird right here.
That chick just screamed in front of a green screen.
It was probably like a projector and behind
You know
her.
what? I think Air Bud hanging out with this little raccoon is probably better than that movie is. I don't get sci-fi, but it's funny because I didn't realize they were making all these like really ridiculous monster movies.
I think it's their new thing.
That's funny.
So yeah, check that out on Netflix, netflix.com. All right,
Let's wrap it up.
let's wrap it up, man. Our last topic, very topical. Instagram just announced, or I don't even know if they announced this, but they just removed Twitter integration. But what that means is like when you share to your photo from Instagram, you share it to Twitter. Instead of it being in Twitter where it opens in line, which was a nice user experience, you could see somebody's photo in line. Now it kicks you over to Instagram's website. So they're trying to get more page views. So they're kind of ruining that, inline experience, that kind of ease of use of seeing a photo. Same way you would see like a twit pic, right? Now you click on a link that says Instagram, it kicks you over to Instagram's website, which is a very stripped down site, So they just rolled that out, I guess, really recently. They probably didn't even have to change the app, it's just a link thing.
Yeah,
so,
this happened today.
Yeah, what do you think?
Well, I think this is interesting for two reasons. since Facebook owns Instagram now,
Yeah.
you know what I noticed on Facebook is it's really easy to share things on Facebook, but it's not easy to share things that
Out
are
of
on
it.
Facebook, out of Facebook,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can't, like, even the mobile app, like, you can't copy and paste text. Have you noticed this? Like, if you say something funny, ha ha ha, my name is Roberto, today I got hit by a Bigfoot, I would want to copy that and share it on Twitter, right? There's no way to do that with a link. It's not built into Facebook.
You can't even like hold down and copy.
You can't copy from
my
the app.
gosh.
They have disabled it for whatever reason.
Dude, Facebook is really annoying me. The other day I was at Goodwill and I saw something funny and I took a picture of it, and then it pops up a new thing that's like, yeah, go into your settings because now we're gonna do, you know, how they want all their photos to be auto shared to their Facebook app. So any photo you take on your camera. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I hate when I have to go into the iPhone settings to set up things for Facebook or Twitter. I'm like, I don't care that you're trying to make these the de facto sharing standards, you know? I want to use these different apps like at my discretion. I don't want you to like have these weird stealthy privacy settings, which they're trying to do. They're trying to make a like opt out type shit, you know what I mean?
I don't like that either. Yeah.
And so what I did is I went into the Facebook mobile website and uploaded the photo there. That way it doesn't have my location anymore, and it doesn't have the, you know, it doesn't make me go in and change my settings again, you know? It's annoying me.
I don't like that they don't let you share stuff off of Facebook either. Like, you can share stuff on your Facebook page, but like, why shouldn't you not be able to share it on Twitter? It seems so stupid to not even allow copying of text. And it always annoys me because I feel like I always want to share stuff from Facebook to other places, usually Twitter, and I can't do it. So I feel like this is kind of a move in that direction. But you had actually another interesting observation about Instagram's website, didn't you?
Yeah, it's interesting to me that they're trying to kick people into their site more deliberately now, because they, for a long time, were strictly mobile. You know, you'd go to Instagram.com and it would tell you to go download the app. And now, since they have the new web profiles, so it sounds like they're trying to make people be on that app.
They're definitely building a web presence slowly but surely, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've used some of these like alternative web services for Instagram, like Webstagram, and there's a few others like Instagrid and a few others. It's kind of cool to be able to peruse people's photos on your computer. I don't know. I mean, it's confusing to me because it's like, well, are they Facebook now or what? And then just, I don't know, overall. Do you think Facebook's going to have a backlash? Like, because, I mean, everybody seems to, like, you know, get mad at it all the time. But yet, we always come back.
It's like PayPal. It's like there's nothing better.
Yeah.
You know, so you end up having to use it no matter what. And there are a lot of great things about Facebook. So, I don't know. I mean, if there is a backlash, I don't think it would be anytime soon. I think that, if anything, it's going to erode slowly. Like, young people are going to stop using it. You know, like high school kids. Because they don't want to be friends with their parents.
Yeah.
Like who wants to say something and have their grandparents and their friends reading it?
Yeah.
How was that?
Bieber. With no hair.
Music gave me cancer.
I don't know what that is.
That's funny. I don't know what that is either. I just thought that was funny, him being bald. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do with this, because I actually like that Instagram is building out a web presence, because a lot of times when I use it, I'm not on my phone. And it's cool to be able to go to someone's profile and be able to comment on their photos and see all their photos all in one place. Well, they're having to do it on your phone. It's like, I like using my phone, but it's not the most efficient way to use the web, in my opinion. And
you're right, especially if you want to do any sort of comment, like,
yes,
you know, you're sitting there like,
yeah, or if you want to post a link or something, it's like doing it on your phone is tedious.
Yeah, I mean, it's why I guess I admire them being very like lean about everything. You know, like in the beginning they had like 5 employees, and like they were saying like we're only gonna do it on iPhone platform, you know, for a while. So it seems like they're slowly rolling out these ideas that they probably had for a really long time, which is good, because it's always sucky when a company tries to do everything at once. And
it's better to do something like, one thing at a time to see people actually like it.
Yeah.
And now they have $1 zillion because Facebook owns them, so they have the money to do all this crap, right? I'm sure the founders already got a huge payout.
I still like Instagram.
I do too, yeah.
And it doesn't bug me personally that much to have the, like, when I tweet out links that, you know, you can still see them. It's just kind of dumb that they don't just show up. But I don't think they had that for that long. I think they had that for like less than a few months.
It makes sense too, honestly. Like, it may be inconvenient for Twitter users, but I mean, Instagram is going to try and increase their value now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, making it so that they get more page views on the web is going to make them more valuable. So I see why they did it.
It's just, I hope it doesn't go to the way that Twitter's doing, where they want you to always go to their crappy website, you know?
Yeah, me either.
Because, like, it feels like in the early days of especially like Twitter and a few other companies, they had this kind of like open philosophy, and like Twitter they opened up their API for developers to make apps, and it made it even better, and everybody started using apps. And then now they're like, oh, wait a second, no, we need to be a website destination. And it's just like, no, you guys' website's
I don't
shit.
think they're ever going to do that. I really don't. I hate going to Twitter's website.
So do I.
I don't want to use it on a site. I want it to be a service on my phone and on my computer.
Yeah, and I want it to be
a
transparent thing. It's a pipe, you know. It's not a
exactly.
It's not a cool brand that I go to hang out on their site. You know,
I don't even go to Apple's website and hang out. I don't even go to Twitter's. I got to tweet about. Besides, it's way easier to tweet from my app than it is to go to Twitter's website and do it.
They're pulling a Y frog here.
Yeah, why, frog? Why? You probably don't get that. All right, cool. That's it for today, guys. We're obviously losing daylight.
Yeah, I know. Right?
We look like specters from a Halloween movie. I can see like the reflection of our light on your glasses too. We need like a softbox or something. Hey, quickly, we figured out what the problem was. I know some of you were having problems downloading the show. If you are using Downcast on the iPhone or on the iPad, it is a problem with that app. They updated it, and it is incompatible with our host, blip.tv. For whatever reason, they know about it, and they're working on a fix, so we don't know when that's coming. So if you are watching us in Downcast or trying to watch us in Downcast, I know it works if you stream it, but it does not work if you download it and try to watch. So you might have to you can go to youtube.com/user-friendly show, or you can use the podcast app, the free Apple Podcast app, which I actually like. I know some people really hate, but
yeah, we've had tweets going, God, I have to download that app for your show.
Ooh, you're right. It does some things really poorly, but some things it's great at, and watching videos is one of those things.
Yeah.
So, but if you want to catch up with us on Twitter in the meantime, until next show, if you want to interact with us every single day, like you probably do, Roberto, where can we find you?
I'm just at Roberto Hoyos on Twitter, and throwboy.com for all your Throwboy pillow buying
needs and wants.
Purposes. You?
I'm at Erfon, ERFON on Twitter, and I would be happy to chat with you there. Mm-hmm. This has been User Friendly episode. How do we say it in Spanish?
46.
That's 46.
And you guys, please interact with us. Leave us comments. We want to know what you think of each show. We always read I always read the comments on YouTube.
And I always have the best intentions.
But they're always first. You know, they just say first. Yeah.
It's funny because I know some people are really annoyed by that comment. They're like, don't leave that. Like on some of the websites I read. And I'm like, who cares?
I don't care. We like it.
You can say first. Even if you're not first, say first.
So, yes, this has been 46 episode user friendly. I'm
going to sign off with the double salute.
Why do you always do that? Thank you for being a friend.
We'll catch you on the next podcast around the bend.
Your heart is true.
You're our pals and our confidants.
Cut.